tankiest member was just being played like ping pong by the rest of Rocket there. SK Gaming looking very strong in this one. Dix gets the bomb in there instead, and Jesus gets his 10th kill of the game.
We're in the playoffs, it's so close and yet so far.
Super weak, and on the first day we already saw Heimerdinger and Udyr.
Oh, what a flash from LCS, getting away from Youngbuck's turret.
Heimerdinger OP.
Anything's possible here in the European LCS.
It is impossible to predict who's going to be number 1 and number 2.
We have 6 games, and to top it all off, Gambit versus Fnatic. I can hardly wait.
Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day 2 of our final Spring Split Super Week here in our European LCS studios, coming to you live from Cologne, Germany. I am Lee D-Man Smith, and alongside me is Trevor Quickshot Henry, and we have 6 big games to play today.
Yeah, indeed we do, D-Man, and after yesterday's matches, the playoff picture is beginning to come into focus. Most of the teams are now fighting for their seeds in their postseason, while there are 2 teams still hoping to get in under the wire.
And let's take a look at those teams yesterday. We saw 5 squads securing their playoff spots, with SK, Fnatic, Alliance, Rocket, and Gambit all qualifying for the playoffs.
There is one thing though, there is one spot remaining, and that is open for either the Copenhagen Wolves or the Super Hot Crew, which means that Millennium is the first team that is being sent to the promotion tournament to defend their LCS spot against the up-and-coming challengers.
So here is a brief preview of the LCS playoffs, and this is what it's going to look like. It's all how they work overall. The teams in the top 6 positions will all advance into 3-round single elimination tournament seeded according to their rank. The teams that finish 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th will head to the quarterfinals, while the 1st and 2nd place teams will get a bye and proceed directly to the semi-final round.
Yeah, now the quarterfinal and semi-final rounds will be a best of 3, and the championship round will be a best of 5. The teams that finish 1st through 5th will head into the summer split, while the 6th place finisher, along with the teams that place 7th and 8th place from the spring split, will complete in the summer promotion tournament against those challenger teams fighting for their survival and their LCS spots.
So with the playoffs picture fresh in your mind, let's take a look at the standings as the teams are looking to fill the spots in that bracket. In first place, it is SK Gaming. They took down Fnatic yesterday, and now 15 wins, 10 losses. Second place is Fnatic. After their win over Alliance, they went 15 wins, 11 losses. And third place is a tie. It is Alliance and Rocket with 14 wins, 11 losses.
In 5th place, on a 3-game losing streak, is Gambit at 13 and 12. Copenhagen Wolves are in 6th position with a 12 and 13 record. Super Hot Crew barely holding on at 10 and 16, with Millennium rounding out the table at 8 and 17.
Now, before we get into today's matches, let's take a look at some of yesterday's hashtag LCS big plays that had you tweeting up a storm. Up first, it is Fnatic's Bushcamp from the match against SK. This came in from Napier Nation LOL, and he said, Fnatic with mind games in the top lanes, 3-man Bushcamp. This was your number 3 most talked about LCS big play.
Yeah, they want SK to think they just recall, that's why they're not pushing the turret, but look here, Inraid, he's gonna be the target!
Solar Flare goes down, Zenith Blade locks up, Candy Panda goes down for a second time, and now Enrated gets focused on a lot of tower damage on Yellow Star, but he should be safe from that one.
Flawless execution and executing flawlessly. Well played by Fnatic and pulling off a signature move. Up next, it comes from the Copenhagen Wolves versus Gambit game. This was courtesy of Youngbuck, who made sure that Heimerdinger's LCS debut was a memorable one. This came to us from @SadButTrue. He says, hashtag LCS big plays. Heimer is an assassin. That kill on Genji was awesome. This was your 2nd most tweeted about clip.
Those 2 turrets making it a little bit harder to land, and Edward is going to throw in there, does land the binding on towards Youngbuck. The culling going to come out, but the ace in the hole goes back, and Genja actually ends up worse out. Youngbuck flashes in, uses his ultimate rockets as well.
Fantastic to see the Donga finally in the LCS. We've been waiting for it. And of course, your most popular big play came from that same match. It was featured some flashy moves from Alex Hitch. This came in from can't get the Danish right in this. Tjun Heldad? I don't know. I can't pull it out. Where's Deficio when you need him? This is hashtag LCS Big Play. It came in from Alex Itch's flash in the river. We all know what I'm talking about. This incredible Donga dodge was your #1 LCS Big Play.
Tries to chase in. Now, Unlimited could be in trouble.
Yeah, Alex gonna go in on top of him. They didn't realize that Amazing was there, ace in the hole. Gonna come through, but Alex went back off to his shadow, survived it. Oh, what a flash from Alex Itch, getting away from Youngbuck's turret.
Great reaction time from Alex, keeping himself alive, getting out of that laser beam. For you guys at home, remember to send your plays to us on Twitter throughout the rest of the Super Week at LOL Esports and use the hashtag LCS Big Plays.
And with 6 games today, we are hoping to see plenty more big plays. Kicking off the day first, it is Alliance versus Millennium. Then it will be Gambit taking on Roccat, followed by the Super Hot Crew versus SK Gaming.
The second half of the day features Millennium versus Roccat, SK Gaming taking on the Wolves, and we round out our LCS coverage with Gambit versus Fnatic. Now, following those LCS matches, the Challenger Series resumes their quarterfinals with a best-of-3 between Reason Gaming and Mouse Sports. That's the old MYM lineup.
For any additional information about the playoffs, the teams, the players, VODs of past matches, and more, head over to lolesports.com. That's also where you can vote on today's games and let us know who you think will win. We'll check your votes before each match to see who you favor.
Yeah, and for details about how to join us here in the Cologne studio to watch these LCS games live, just check the tickets link at the top of the page. Playoff tickets are still available, but they are going very, very fast, so grab them while you can.
And of course, voting is currently underway for the upcoming 2014 All-Star event that will be held in Paris, France, beginning on May 8th. Just head over to vote.lolesports.com, and from now through to April 12th, you can pick 3 pro players every day from any combination of teams to represent your region. Remember that the top 2 pros in the voting will get to partake in the All-Star Challenge, where they will join one of 2 teams created from other All-Stars from around the world.
I'm looking forward to seeing how those teams stack up. But of course, if the players are part of the top team from Europe, when they will compete in the All-Star Invitational, where they'll face the best teams from each of the 5 regional pro leagues. So what this means is that while Reckless is in the lead right now, if Fnatic win first place in the playoffs, any player in the top 5 votes still has a chance to compete at the event. And with 11 days left to vote, anyone can still earn a trip to Paris and represent the European LCS.
And speaking about possible All-Star players, today we'd like you to get on Twitter and tell us who has been the most innovative European LCS player this split and why.
So, Overpower played Morden Pantheon in the mid lane. Youngbuck, he showed us his Donga. Genji's trying to innovate AD itemization, and Enrated and Edward have pulled out some interesting supports like Galio and Kennen. So there's a few suggestions for you guys at home. You can send your answers to us, though, once again, at LOL Esports. And for this one, make sure you use the hashtag LCS so we can highlight our favorite tweets later in the show.
Now let's check in